Don't blink, it's your blink. Welcome to Computer Show. Because doing well, having a wonderful day on this gorgeous, and I do mean gorgeous, 4th of September. I broke my nail, I think, which is why we're in pain, but it's okay. On this 4th October 2025, here we are with another movie review. We just finished K-pop Demon Hunter. We're going completely left sided. We're going with Scream 3. Scream 3, which is the third installation of Ghostface. I gotta say, I didn't enjoy the movie at all. Scream 1, amazing. Scream 2, good. Scream 3, Scream 3, the movie itself isn't great. The Scream 3 and the lore and the universe of it is pretty good. So, first of all, why didn't I like it? Super good question. I didn't like it because, okay, no, you know what? Let's start with that. Why did I like it? Because you show how important certain characters are. So, you started with 10 characters. Now you're down to Dewey, Sid, a cameo from the guy, the geek. It was only a cameo, and you have Gil Weather, right? And apart from these three, no other person from the original movie is left, which I kind of did like, right? Also, what I did like also was the ending. So the ending, I'm gonna spoil it right away. Her stepbrother is her stepbrother was the killer. Now this is kind of cool because the third, if you look at the story in itself, it's horrible. It's not enjoyable. But if you look at the sub the sub subject behind the movie, they're phenomenal. For example, we talk about her mom and what really happened to her mom, right? What really happened to her mom is that she used to be an actress that didn't make it, right? Now, she went to a party, and yes, her mom was extremely open sexually, but it came from being R-word and a party at Hollywood party where it really fucked her up, right? And this is kind of crazy because she had a baby, and that baby is a killer, is the stepbrother. Why is that so good? And this is, I gotta say, if you're looking at this per se, this is a masterclass in good storytelling and trilogy. Now, again, I gotta say, my favorite part, just taking a break, favorite part is the geek. That talks about, it's very rare that we see trilogy and a horror movie, but it happens with Jason. It didn't tell the story; it tells the rules. So in this one, we have the stepbrother, right, who says like, "Yo, I found out my mom was an X star, and I didn't know who she was because she had an X. She has a star name. Now, which is really cool is in the movie we discovered that she had an actress name. She had a real name, which was Maureen Prescott, but she also had an actress name." And then the guy went and she blocked him off. Now, ultimately speaking, the reason why she didn't say like, you're not my son, was it was possibly a result of that party. It was possibly a result, and it reminded her of her being an actress. It reminded her of her acting career, and because he reminded her of her acting career, then he was like, you know what? I don't want to be part of this. I don't want to remind myself of this. We're done, which is quite understandable. Now, here is why it's a masterclass. So this is going to be a lot of spoiler. We're going to go into this lore, my like, my dislike, and then after that I'm going to tell you why I didn't like the movie at all. The first movie is an 8 out of 10. The second one is a 6 out of 10. This one is possibly a 5.5 out of 10, which is very close to the second. But the reason why I don't like this movie is more important than the second. I realized that the stepbrother, the first thing he did, he was a director. I'm going to direct a movie, which technically is crazy because he wanted to direct a movie which wasn't stabbed. He wanted to make a movie of itself, right? Then he ended up and being stabbed, and he's like, okay, well, this is the greatest movie ever made. So, what he does is he sees Billy, who's an unstable kid, and he manipulates Billy into wanting to kill, first of all, the mother of Sid, and then Sid herself. Now, why is this so good? Is because Billy, we saw in first Scream, very unstable. We saw him in second Scream. We didn't see him, but we heard his mom say, "No, my son was not a killer." And technically speaking, her son wasn't the killer. He got manipulated into killing, but it wasn't his idea. It wasn't his desire. He just got manipulated, which is really cool. Because you show that. Last there's a couple last thing that I love. Relationship between Dewey and himself. I didn't like it because he's this police officer, and then he put everything aside to be part of the part of the movie, but he's still a cop, right? And then Ford is focusing on his cop career, so there's a lot of inconsistency. Dewey is still there, but Dewey is like, okay, well, fucks Gail Weather. Gail is dealing with a lot, and I gotta say, her hair. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, Courtney. I love you, but the hair in this one, not the move. Courtney is dealing with things, and this is super super nice because Courtney in herself is one of the most interesting character of Stream Two. Sorry, I call it Stab. So why she's so good is because she had high hope, she had ambition. We're going back to the Scream 1 ambitious Gail Weather, and going to the Scream 2, Scream 3. She's done her career. She is very popular. However,